Hey, welcome back, ladies and gents, boys and girls, to From the Depths with ChillBuilder Showcase. So, today is quite exciting and showing off something slightly different. These are not super meta builds, but more kind of a showcase, playground for some of my crafts, just to show off the scale and the size and everything. Let's see if I can jump into this craft. Let's see if I can jump out of it. Um, so I've been thinking how to structure today's episode. So last time we showed off some of these, what do you call it? Whoops, that's a deco. Okay, some of these next generation hover tanks, and then after that, I built this kind of display thing. Take a nice screenshot. I built this kind of display thing to show off. Just take some nice screenshots and cinematic pictures, because I think a lot of people have been doing that for their creations lately. Uh, there's a few specific people that are really good at it. We got retractable hangers that kind of go down the elevator into the under basement of this airfield. Got some little doodads on the side to generators, repair robots, to kind of just show off the scale of these creations. Ladders and service gantries as well. Then we have some kind of like service elevators, cranes of different types. And here, yeah, we have one of the old Bane inspiration builds, along with the overhead gantry. Very pretty. So we can accommodate a large number of units here and do all the parade without if I have a better computer that doesn't get fried trying to do that, which I don't right now. So yeah, this is a fun one. So this is a airfield. Over here we have the dockyard. So the dockyard has a bunch of small bays for light aircraft here. Even though yeah, these pads look huge. We have some more service robots. I'm trying to not shake the camera too much. A lot of walkways to show off the scale of everything as well. I think some people have built docking facilities for their ocean-going ships, but most of the time I just built airships and aircraft. So I wanted to have something similar for my futuristic stuff that kind of fits the theme. So here, that's aircraft base, and we have an internal hangar that's got a lot of cute little details of walkways that, yeah, you can actually physically walk your ramp boss around the whole facility. It's physically connected. Got these little gangways. I should take some screenshots um, for my Fromthedepths wallpaper. So thank you, Gmodism, for doing that tutorial on wallpaper. I have generated probably like over 200 wallpapers from just all of my crafts like this. A lot of cinematic experiences. Yeah, not sure what else there is to say about that. The hangar area, and then here, this is the dockyard or the anchorage area, whatever you want to call it. So we got these little robots, we got supply tubes, and then we got one of my battle cruisers, which is not super high volume. It's actually really compact for what it does. It uses all railguns, which a little bit dated after the plasma update came out. Lots of material loading cranes here as well. So yeah, without plasma, it's a bit dated. I had to redo the layout for this ship recently, because we have the Steam update or the Fire update, Incendiary update that made a lot of the fuel steam boilers explosive or combustive. And in the old layout, there's a steam turbine boiler right next to these lift jets that run alongside the inside of the ship, which has now been augmented by a lot of the simple jets, but still, a boiler explosion can knock the whole ship out of the air. I had to replace that with fuel engines. I had to just relay out how all the engines work inside the ship. The first build for the ship was back in 2021, so it's been a few years. And there's a lot of updates to the game. I got rid of probably 20 old ACBs and replaced that with breadboard control to kind of miniaturize uh, the control systems area so that I can fit a bit more bulkheads into the engine compartment in the rear center of the ship. Definitely has less engine power than the previous version, but uh, and that excess engine power used to go toward charging the warp coils to dodge huge missiles, which is a little bit reduced, but the primary firepower to keep up with the railguns is still there, so not too much lost. So one cool thing I made for this anchorage is that I didn't want to build a new one for each different size of airship I have here. And what's nice that the devs have added is uh, a breadboard shortcut in the C menu. And then what I did with this installation is that I put the two halves of the installation on pistons, so we can actually adjust the width of this docking bay based on the size of the craft that's in here. Got a little bit of extra lanes just for my flagship. So my flagship frontside airship does actually fit in here as well. The length of this is 200 meters. So probably this is 100 meters here. So my most recent um, Warhammer 40K builds, which are massive broadsiders with lots of redundancy, kind of different design philosophy than these. Those ships would not be able to fit in this bay. I may have to build a dedicated Warhammer 40K Imperial Navy dockyard if I want to have kind of a dockyard showcase because it's different aesthetic, right? This is very clean and futuristic, whereas Warhammer 40K is kind of like Imperial Baroque style. So in that way, aesthetically also doesn't fit. So yeah, that's that, and then I will show off some historic buildings, which would be a good segue into the historic fleet. Okay, this is a historic. Uh, it's not actual historical, but it's designed for historic campaigns. For example, the um, oh my God, what do you call it? The Finest Hour, where there's no jet engines, there's only propellers. That's kind of one of my own rules. And then yeah, there's no weird fancy stuff. Uh, well, none of these buildings are armed, but it follows that historic set of aesthetic. So the purpose of building this thing is I want to get all the achievements for From the Depths, and in here there's a big old refinery that can refine 1 million what do you call it commodities. So then that will allow me to unlock that final achievement, and to do that, I clearly had to build all this stuff. Uh, yeah. I'll just do a little quick walkthrough of this facility. So here, this is a dockyard for handling materials, but in reality, it's a refinery. And here's this little market area. Oh, there's my bot. Oh, market area was stalls for merchants, which I have not decoed yet. Probably due to the number of things I have to work on, probably will never get around to doing. Uh, then we got this kind of market building come out back, and there's a very low, pleasant water pump feature. You got street lights and the bridge to the main palace area, which is a functional drawbridge. The palace with trees and ribbons and all this stuff. Very pretty. I don't think everything here is walkable. That's an extra level of effort. It took me one night just to install deco windows on every single building here. So doing anything here is pretty much a big job. And here's is a more kind of station building. It's almost inspired by like a train station, but haven't really figured out in my head what I want to dedicate this building for. And then we got a little bit of a bus station with air buses, with blimp buses that can travel to some of the outlying townhomes. Each townhome, there's three different townhome designs that has a little bit of a rock pond, uh, a rock garden, and this one has a that's a dry garden. And this one here is a kind of a docking loading area as well for short range freight balloons. There's some upscale market boutique market buildings. Again, didn't fill out any of the interior stuff. Got some nice towers to look out over this area. Are there blocks missing here? Hmm, strange. And then this little townhome area has a water pond feature. And that's nice. And over here, you can see the water is actually waving a little bit with a lotus pond. So that one is on spin blocks, and I can only fit it on this building, on this station. I think that's it aesthetically for the, and then you can see if I select a different uh, mode, then everything will detach, and yeah, it would become like a disassembled town, like a real floating air town. All the drawbridges come up, and the balloon buses are released to go every which way. There's a little balloon taxi here. Yes, very, very cute. There's a lot of breadboards that kind of control the motion of each of these cranes. It's quite annoying. You can see uh, everything reforms, the bridges, drawbridges come down. And that's it for the historic polity. All right, I think in the spirit of keeping the episodes short, we'll just leave this episode here, and then we'll jump into some demos and showcases for the actual historic units, or the low tech units, in the next episode. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. If you like my content for From the Depths, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll keep this a mystery what this is for the next episode, so see you guys around.